everyone. This is Maheen, and welcome to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast. Today, we're exploring the intersection of high stakes regulation and digital innovation. In 2026, the traditional paper based legal world is being disrupted by a new reality where accessibility and trust are built through code and data. Joining us is David Barder, the CMO at NotaryPro, Canada's leading remote online notarization platform. Under his leadership, NotaryPro has served over 350,000 Canadians and was recently named one of Ottawa's fastest growing companies. Following a massive $1 million offer on Dragon's Den, David is here to discuss how he's removing friction from legal services through a culture of experimentation. So without further ado, let's dive in and welcome David. David, it's a pleasure having you on the show today. Thank you for joining. How are you?
I am doing fine. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Very pleased to have you with us. Now, David, I mentioned a lot in my intro about this legendary thing that you've come out with. You've been on Dragon's Den. We cannot wait to have the listeners listen to this solution and the tool. Let's open our discussion by understanding the closing. How do we close the legal service gap? For a very long time, David, basic legal and notary services in Canada have been notoriously difficult to access for the average person. What is broken in traditional legal services, and how is technology improving access?
Yeah, absolutely. I love this question. It's a really great kind of aim of what we're trying to do at Notary Pro itself. And just to start off, to give a little bit of context for listeners as well, the traditional market for legal services now is fundamentally kind of broken for a very large percentage of the population. We've estimated, based on our research and our clients and talking to everyone, about 60% of Canadians are underserved or not served well within the legal aspect. Mostly, that kind of looks in terms of speed, cost, and transparency into legal services, but also for a lot of Canadian customers to really understand the legal landscape, understand the legal rights and what they're legally entitled to on most. That also goes not just for individual people, but businesses as well. Businesses spend time, energy, and focus on a lot of legal matters instead of focusing on their core business. All of this really for Canada kind of results in hundreds of millions of dollars of loss. You can say time, revenue, cost for the average Canadian as well. And it's kind of where this market and this niche is moving away from this old type of way to a new type of solution, offering faster access, more transparent pricing, and better customer experience. It's really moving from a niche now to more of the expected kind of service offering. And then to dive deeper into that, what's really fundamentally changing is predominantly access to legal services. In the past, it was very much nearby. Who can I actually discuss or actually access legal services? Today, legal services with the internet and digital experiences, we can access this anywhere in the world. And even at Notary Pro, I have to say, we've had clients from the most extreme remote areas in Canada, Moose Factory, Ontario, next to James Bay as well, being able to access notary services with us instead of spending about a full day traveling and accessing that. So you're really seeing this new shift, and technology is really helping the kind of the experience and the access for clients. Lastly, as well as what we're noticing the last couple of months too, is AI. We're all kind of aware of AI, how it's contributing, but AI is a way or a mechanism to remove the fog or the shield that legal professionals have as well. So it offers clients, it offers individuals and businesses better understanding of their legal rights, better understanding of the legal landscapes and the language as well. And that's a huge fundamental shift from the past to today is individuals are now able to access and understand their legal rights than they did before. Now, again, the last thing is we're not planning on discussing about replacing legal professionals and lawyers or notaries. Those are very fundamentally important for us. But technology is helping them better serve clients, improving the experience for the customer. And then obviously giving this access to everyone that needs legal services as a fundamental right.
Right. Well, that is a great overview, David, really, and it helps us understand that moving from a process that took days to one that takes minutes effectively democratizes access to essential legal protections. Now let's explore how data-driven strategies are fueling rapid revenue growth. Tell us, what does a truly data-driven marketing approach look like, and where do companies fail?
Yeah, absolutely. And now, since everything is moving into very much the digital realm, everything has data, everything is measurable now, moving forward. But one thing to add to that is a lot of companies say they're data driven. What we've noticed, a lot of companies are data reporting, and that predominantly means that they have dashboards, they're able to collect data, and they can show metrics. The true difference between data driven and data reporting is being data driven really is about building systems, having a feedback loop, but creating the necessary information and data to actually make the right choices and decisions moving forward. I mean, in practice, what does it really look like for our company and the companies we work with as well? It's creating experimentation, looking at the data, getting the few and in between metrics that really move the needle on the business. More information is not necessarily the better information, but it's what data or information that you need to make these decisions possible to move the company as well. But to dive a little bit deeper into that, predominantly where some companies go wrong is first, mostly is they look at vanity metrics as well. And this is pretty much traffic, impressions, things like that are nice to have, but not necessarily strong contributors to business success. They also look at having too much data as well. Having too much is not necessarily a benefit. It's the ones that we can actually focus on predominantly to actually build success onto the business. And then a lot of times what we see is they're very much slow in moving with the data that they have as well. Speed generally tends to help moving the organization and the needle as well. And so that's kind of what we believe strongly is what a data-driven enterprise is and what we do certainly at NotaryPro.
No, that is very insightful. Leveraging data from across the entire funnel, it really ensures that every marketing dollar is an investment in measurable top line growth. David, next let's discuss how continuous testing drives innovation in regulated markets. Why is experimentation so important for growth, and how do you manage risk in a regulated industry?
Yeah. And so, I mean, I'll come off very clear and transparent to an extent that not necessarily all of my thoughts, ideas, and perceptions or gut feelings are the right ones. Throughout my career, sometimes I thought something was right when in essence it might have not been right. So I've kind of honed in tune to an idea of experimentation. What I think might succeed will probably might not succeed, and what I think wouldn't succeed does succeed as well. And I've seen that as well. So the aspect of kind of implementing experimentation kind of framework in an organization is to detach, decouple yourself and your thoughts or subjective views into your decision-making process as well. Being open, being objective, and then taking all of the elements we can to experiment to see what really works, what doesn't. It's a unique kind of human aspect of taking the ego out and then implementing more of a open kind of framework on how that's done. And specifically for that, what we've seen at NotaryPro, it's experimentation. We experiment on every level of the funnel, every areas that we can have growth. We're not necessarily looking for a big home run. Home runs are far and few in between. If every baseball player can hit a home run, then we wouldn't probably have baseball. But what we're looking for is small, tiny incremental improvements in the funnel, about 1, 2, or 3%. All of this tends to add up throughout the entire funnel, throughout the entire marketing organization, if you will. And this compounds and grows the organization as well. It's about finding the small areas that we can improve that leads to strong growth itself. And then predominantly we're focusing on, we work on a regulated business as well, where trust and compliance is extremely important. And so our experimentation is brought in two elements. We don't want to ruin trust and we don't want to go against compliance and regulation. So we did install very strong frameworks and guardrails to kind of experiment in the right areas and be compliant and strong in other areas that we don't want to destroy this trust with a lot of our clients as well. So the goal certainly in working a regulated industry is finding these boxes in these areas that you can innovate and build the guardrails to keep trust with your clients and then avoid any disruption on areas that are regulated and compliant.
Right. Embracing a cycle of constant testing, it really allows a business to really uncover growth opportunities that traditional competitors simply won't see. And this is to all the entrepreneurs and the founders that are watching. In 2026, you cannot afford to be stagnant. If your industry feels old school or heavily regulated, then this is your biggest opportunity to innovate. So if you aren't experimenting with how to serve your audience better, you're already falling behind. So thank you for highlighting the importance of experimentation, David. Now let's look at how Dragon's Den accelerated your national visibility. what did you gain from Dragon's Den and how did it impact your growth?
Yeah, absolutely. And I have to say, to start off, it was an absolutely fantastic experience, and I would recommend to any entrepreneur or business owner to at least try to go on Dragon's Den as well. But
Mhm.
really, what really kind of impacted us was it was a high pressure focused situation that we really had to look at our business. Basically, it forced us to distill everything about our business into very strong black and white concrete notes. For example, we need to know our numbers. We really need to know our value proposition, our business model, our pricing, our unit economics. Very few situations you'll have sitting in front of five investors in a high pressure environment on a national stage. You will have pitching your company, your idea, and your value proposition. And so it really forced us to kind of look at who we are and what we do. We also saw this as a great opportunity for our business on the legal service and the notary public end as well. Is it was one of our breakout moments to actually start engaging with the audience to build trust, but to actually communicate our notary public service online platform and service. This was predominantly new. We're building it. This is a very, for a lot of clients are unaware in terms of the aspect of it, and trust needed to be built around this. So it was the perfect catalyst in the platform to communicate this to a national audience as well. So I would say, I mean, the biggest takeaway I would say is it's a wonderful experience to force you to understand more into your business. And from there, the takeaways for that as well is beyond just advertising itself on a national stage is being better at understand what you do, how you do, and your business and how it runs. It's a
Right.
very rare pressure situation you'll have. Speaking in front of five very knowledgeable dragons who are going to quiz you on your business, whether they invest or not. So I highly recommend that experience.
Well, securing institutional backing on such a public stage, it really validates. There's no doubt about that. The massive market demand for digital first legal solutions. Now, David, finally, let's explore how legal tech is evolving through new partnerships and platforms. What does the future of legal tech look like, and how will customer expectations evolve?
Yeah, absolutely. So I can say quickly that legal tech is shifting from a very niche offering for clients to becoming kind of default way a lot of people are actually accessing legal services. And it's really driven based on customer experience with other sectors and other verticals as well. People no longer today, and what we're noticing, are comparing one legal service, a digital legal service, to another. They're comparing different digital experiences they're having with current companies and leaders to legal services that are happening. For example, a lot of people understand purchasing, from Amazon, from Uber, the on-demand, the seamlessness, the frictionless kind of experience, and they're requiring and asking that same delivery and that same experience for a lot of legal tech and legal services as well out there. And so what we're really seeing is clients coming back to us and saying, I want the same exact experience. I want legal service to be on demand, seamless, and integrated into my experience, and to become very cost effective, that I can do this without the necessary frictions that we have currently on the market as well. And to kind of add to that as well as what the past would be is legal service offering tended to be a bit of a piecemeal offering, a piecemeal type of offering, where one individual would, for example, go to a lawyer for a mortgage, then have to go to a notary, then have to go get a legal document somewhere else, and then come back. It was very piecemeal type of delivery. This added time and friction from completion of their need. What we're seeing with a lot of technology partners that we work with is integrating technology into all of that experience. So it's no longer piecemeal, but it's a continuous seamless journey in getting any legal need together itself. And we're seeing this from the user experience to a lot of clients who want to integrate legal technology in their own service offering and in their own journey as well.
Right. Well, this shift towards anytime, anywhere legal services, it is setting a new standard that will eventually become the baseline for all professional industries. This was a great conversation. Thank you so much, David, for sharing such great expertise and your insights with us. As we wrap up now, what advice would you give founders that are scaling in regulated industries?
Yeah, I mean, the one experience or one advice I would give to a lot of founders is remain customer centric and customer focused as well. There's time and time again that we kind of see a lot of founders, a lot of owners of businesses. They look at their business as a solution, a function, a feature, and then they move it out to the market. But it's truly understanding the customer, why the customer is buying, and then becoming customer centric as well, and offering a better, seamless, more efficient, easier experience as well. People are no longer, what we're noticing as well, as buying features or products. They're really buying the ease of the experience itself. And that particular type of thought and view of a business fundamentally is changing. So I would say work on that would be the most kind of advice experience. And then don't rely purely on instinct and subjective thoughts. Check the ego to the door. Experiment as much as possible because you'd be surprised on what one thinks was right. Well, other ideas can come into the pipeline that really have a fundamental element and change to how one runs a business or a marketing team itself.
Mhm. That is a great reminder, David, really. Um, that the best way to win is to make the complex feel simple for your customer. Thank you so much again for joining us and for sharing and walking us through such important reasonings on how to use data, experimentation, and a customer first mindset. So thank you again.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure to be here.
And listeners, that was David Barder from NotaryPro. Really provided us with a masterclass in how to get a customer first mindset to disrupt a traditional industry and scale at a national level. Thank you for tuning into the podcast. Please be sure to subscribe and visit CanadianSME.ca for more resources to learn more about how we are supporting the ecosystem. Please visit Canadian SME Small Business Foundation at smefoundation.ca. Special shout out to our partners, UPS and ADP, for their ongoing commitment to empowering small businesses across Canada. Please keep thriving, and we'll see you in the next one.